Hi, this is Sue Berk. Welcome to my podcast. It's official. A new mammal discovery. The scientific community put a seal of approval on a new deep-sea mammal. Deep-sea mammals are a challenge to find, let alone study, especially this new mammal, because it spends time 6,000 feet under the ocean. I'm excited. I love whales, dolphins, and porpoises. Louis was not, at least not at first. He hates the ocean and hates swimming, hates Lake Michigan, doesn't want to go anywhere near the water. I told him that we can read all about this cool new mammal discovery without getting wet. So from the comfort of your couch, your car, your kitchen, wherever you're listening, let's check this out. This post is about a new beaked whale. Mammal discoveries are very rare. You can read about them on a different post that I have on my website called How to Discover a New Species. This species, as I said, is a beaked whale. You're wondering how a beak looks on a whale. Not as bad as Louis in a bucket hat. I do have a picture of the skeleton of the beaked whale on my website. In 2011, a pregnant beaked whale washed up on the shore in New Zealand, which obviously made examination accessible. And a little sad because this poor whale was pregnant, so 2 whales were lost. Maori whale specialist Ramari Stewart discovered the whale. This species is actually named after her, which is pretty cool. Beaked whales are the most mysterious of all whales. That's because they live far out at sea. They spend their time, as I said, diving 6,000 feet below the surface for their main prey, squid. They can stay under the surface for over an hour. 6,000 feet doesn't seem deep in the graphic I have on my website, but it is over a mile down. The ocean has an area of 139 million square miles, and an average depth of 2.3 miles. The average depth stat really surprised me, because I spend all my time in the ocean in about 4 feet of water floating. Anyway, beaked whales live in social groups containing up to 7 individuals. I have another map on my website of known range and likely range of these beaked whales. Beaked whales have low, faint spouts, making scientific encounters difficult, which of course adds to their mystery. Small for a whale, this species weighs 2,000 pounds and is about 17 feet long. As a comparison, sperm whales, which also hunt for squid, are 63 feet long. Let's back it up and look at a few whale facts. There are 2 types of whales, baleen and toothed. The key difference between them is the way they feed and what they have inside their mouth. Baleen whales have baleen plates or sheets with which they sieve prey from seawater, such as plankton and krill. Toothed whales have teeth, obviously, and they actively hunt fish, squid, and other sea creatures. If you went through my slideshow on my website, you're probably wondering why I included a photo of what is quite obviously a bottlenose dolphin eating salmon. Dolphins and porpoises all have teeth and rather confusingly are known as toothed whales. Toothed whales, yes, dolphins, porpoises, and whales. Another intriguing difference between baleen and toothed whales is the number of blowholes on top of their head. Baleen whales have 2 and toothed whales have 1. Okay, so toothed whales are predators. How do they find their prey on a planet that is covered with 71% water for a total of over 360 million square miles? Echolocation. Now you're thinking, what? I thought bats used echolocation. They do, but toothed whales also use echolocation to enable them to hunt and navigate their underwater world. Echolocation is sonar, which loosely means that an animal releases a series of sounds that may or may not be audible to us humans and waits for the echoes to return, and then they map out their world. A structure in their foreheads called the melon generates sonar. I have a photo, or actually a diagram, of the melon on my website. As an aside, in ultrasound imaging, echoes are produced when sound waves bounce off tissues. Obviously, This enhances diagnosis for many medical conditions and in pregnancy. As I said, I was surprised to learn that the toothed whales include all species of dolphins and porpoises. I admit that I didn't know the difference between dolphins and porpoises, but I do now. Let's sort it out. Dolphins have a curved dorsal fin, pointy nose, longer, leaner body, and conical teeth. Porpoises have a more triangular dorsal fin, a blunted nose, a more portly body, and spade-shaped teeth. In some parts of the world, dolphin and porpoise is used interchangeably, but they are not the same species. There are 5 families of dolphins comprising 48 total species, and there are only 7 species of porpoises. Dolphins are more talkative. If I were a dolphin or porpoise, I'd probably be a dolphin. Dolphins have complex social systems. All dolphins and porpoises are protected under the Marine Mammal Protection Act, which is lovely. Sadly, some species are under the Endangered Species Act as well. One similarity is extreme intelligence, just like Louis. Dolphins and porpoises are at the top of the food chain. They play an important role in the overall balance of the marine environment. They belong to a group of marine mammals called cetaceans. They are a sentinel species. Sentinel species are more commonly used as indicators of health threats to humans rather than the health threats in a particular ecosystem or habitat. All cetaceans, which are whales, dolphins, and porpoises, are protected under the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. 13 whale species and 3 dolphin species are endangered in North America alone. Porpoises are okay for now. And I'm also getting off my soapbox. Here's another interesting fact. Orcas are sometimes called killer whales. Are orcas whales? No, they are actually the world's largest dolphins. Killer is an unfair designation. This happened because remains of cute little seals have been found in orca stomachs. No one calls a blue whale a killer when it sucks 8,000 pounds of krill every day. I admit that seals are a little cuter than krill. Even NOAA uses the headline killer whale to gain views on their video. I have a very interesting video on my website about them seeking out a possible new species of killer whale, aka orca or dolphin. For a peek at yet another of my favorite species, octopus, I have a fun post on my website about a new deep-sea octopus that made the books last year, a new species. Please take a look at my website, www.susanberkkoch.com, and subscribe. I'd love it if you would. Thanks for listening to my podcast. Take care.